Is it cheaper to fly abroad to get your groceries? Let's find out. Now you're probably thinking, why? Why are you doing this? Well, about 10 years ago, I found it was cheaper flying from Sheffield to Essex via Berlin than getting a one-way train. And I've seen so many articles about people going to Romania for spa days because it's cheaper than doing a spa day in the UK. So it got me thinking, what else can you do by going abroad? Flights are so cheap at the moment. What else can you do? Could you do a grocery shop and come back for cheaper? Well, that's what I'm going to find out today. I found flights to Turkey for £33 return for just one day. So I've literally got one day to go out there, do some shopping and come back. Can it be cheaper? Let's find out. This bag is literally all that I have. So there we are, it fits. Hopefully it's going to be stacked full of supermarket shopping on the way home. I'm going for literally a day. A few hours is all I'm going to have time for. I have packed so light as well, it's making me really uncomfortable. I've got my passport, I've got my clothes. That's literally it. I've got nothing else. So hopefully I've got enough space for the shopping in my bag and maybe coat pockets as well. I'll have to find out. I haven't even told you where I'm flying to yet. I'm flying for a day trip to Antalya in Turkey. The flight prices were £33 return. It's probably worth saying as well because I've literally got a few hours there. If my flight is delayed for whatever reason, I'm just going to have to turn around and come back. So hopefully that doesn't happen. As you can see, people are boarding. I always wait till the last second because there's no point getting on first, really, is there? It is 7 a.m. in the morning. I've been awake for 4 hours already today, and I'm not landing back till about midnight. I'm regretting my life choices right now. And we are here, we've arrived in Antalya, Turkey, where the sun is beating down. 16 degrees, much better than at home. I wouldn't blame you if you thought I'd just come out here just to get some sun on my face. I'm here for the next 5 hours. I need to be back 2 hours before my flight, so I've got 5 hours to get into the city, do some shopping, go to the beach as well maybe, and then get back. Let's go. Not the best of starts. So I had to get a bus to Terminal 1 to get this tram into town. That bus didn't come for 20 minutes, so my time is wearing thin. I did have to pay for this ticket on the tram, which cost a grand total of 73p to get into town, which is an absolute bargain, to be honest. Now I've just got to hope that I get into town and find some bargains in the supermarket. That's my running total of how much I've spent. I'll need to spend more to get the tram back here. I think it's doable. And we have made it to the centre of Antalya. It's 4:30. We're in basically a shopping district here. There's 3 supermarkets up ahead that I know should be good for deals. Quite a lot of them are discount supermarkets. There's one called Shock, one called BIM, and one called A101. There's no Lidls, no Aldi's here. Those are the only options. So we'll head there now. While we're on our way there, let's talk a little bit of strategy. There's only so many things I can actually probably take home because I can't bring liquids. I can't take anything too big because I've just got the bag. I can't bring any chemicals, so no cleaning stuff. I can't even bring things like spreads back. I can't bring Nutella back because it's classed as a liquid. We're just going to have a look around and see what we can get. Hopefully there's some stuff like that staple stuff that won't go off, that can just go straight through security. We're at the first supermarket. Let's find some deals. So I found these Doritos, 59 Turkish lira for a massive packet, to be honest. 218 grams. We might come back to those Doritos. It works out about £1 in Turkish lira, and it's 175 for a smaller pack in the UK, which is pretty good, but it is quite a big bag, so I want to take things home that won't fill up the bag. I'm looking for brands. I'm looking for brands like Barilla, like this kind of thing, where they have them in the UK. Maybe not that big. So I've left that store, A101. I'm going to try another one first, because I think I remember seeing deals on their Facebook page, and I hope they've got some stuff in. It wasn't too much in there that I could have taken home, so I hope there is stuff in this new one. I'm going to go to BIM. Are you serious? Haribo marshmallows, 28 lira. Also Star Mix, 28 lira. Hello. We might be grabbing some of them. Oh, Bim, you were a massive success. I've got 2 big bags full of food, toiletries, loads of different stuff. I'm wondering how I'm going to get all this home and in my bag and in my pockets, but we'll come to that problem later on. That was a really big success, I think. I got loads of different stuff. I've got no idea how much all of this is worth and how much it would have costed in the UK. So whatever it is, hopefully it's a big number, but I think we'll make our way down to the beach for sunset and then make our way back home and see how we've done. It's 6 p.m. right now. The sun is setting at the moment, so I'm going to try and get down to the beach, watch the sunset, and then make my way back to the airport, and we'll figure all this out with how much we've actually saved when we get home. I must say, this region of Antalya that I'm walking to, it's very lovely. It's a nice little vibe down here. And here we are. What a view. This is quite nice, isn't it? I might have just done it. I might have just gone abroad, done some shopping. I might be able to get back for cheaper than doing it in a local shop. Interesting. It is 7:30, so we still had loads of time, but now comes the mission of fitting all of that into this bag. And then whatever's left over, what I'm probably going to do is just put it in a separate bag, and then if you buy something at duty free and get a duty free bag, you can put all the other stuff in there and basically take it on board, because they're not going to deny you taking something on board when it's in the duty free bag. So that's my thought, at least.
See, this bag is deceptively big. I've put the Coco Pops in there. There's still quite a bit of room to put more stuff. Can't actually believe it, but I've got pretty much most of it in. The only things I haven't are the toothpaste and the Doritos, which they could go in a separate bag anyway, that's not a problem. But I'm so proper happy with that. I've got everything in. Can't quite believe I've done that. It's heavy, I'll give it that, but we've got everything we needed. I've just got to get home.
And we made it back home with the goods. I'm not gonna lie, this was really heavy. I genuinely don't know how much I've saved and whether I've actually done it and actually saved money. So let's go through the bag and figure out ourselves, shall we? I packed this so well, I'm not gonna lie. Look how well that's packed. It all packed in there pretty well. So what I'm going to do with these is have a look at the prices in the UK in loads of different supermarkets for these kind of items, price compare them to the ones I got in Turkey, and see if we save some money. I did get a mixture of branded stuff and also supermarket owned brands, so I'll compare them as best I can to the supermarket ones. First, let's start with the Oral-B toothpaste. As soon as I saw this in Turkey, I was like, these are definitely more expensive in the UK. I didn't really get much chance to have a look, but for these I paid 99 in Turkish lira, which works out about £1.71, which isn't as cheap as I thought they were, but from having a look at the prices online of this, it is quite a big saving. Asda has this at £3 a pack, so does Sainsbury's with an Nectar, otherwise it's £5. Tesco's is £5 as well. Waitrose, for a pack of this, £6. So quite a saving. And I got 3 of these, so that's a pretty good start to the savings. This was my biggest purchase in terms of size, just because look at it. I got a 2-pack of jumbo Coco Pops. 2 of these packs, they were together as one, and this was genuinely a really good deal. For 2 of these packs, it was 130 Turkish lira, which works out at £2.24. You might think that's quite a lot, but because it's 2 packs and they're 700 grams each, this is 1.4 kilograms of Coco Pops. The ones in the UK are quite small in size, so it actually adds up to quite a lot more. As soon as I saw Haribos on sale in Turkey, I had to buy. They went straight in the basket. These were 28 lira 50, which works out at 49p a bag, and I knew for a fact these are more expensive than 49p a bag. And turns out I was right. These are all about £1.25 each for a pack, so this works out about £5 worth of value. I only paid about £2. Pretty good deal. We all love a Dorito, don't we? But these can be quite pricey. In fact, they're up to £2.50 in the supermarkets just for a bag of this in the UK. Not in Turkey, much cheaper. These in Turkey, 49 lira, which is 84p a pack. If I had more space in my bag, I would have picked up more of these, because these are the nacho flavour, which is basically just tangy cheese. 84p for these versus £2.50 in your local supermarket. Tangy. I feel like I just did some stomach shopping when I was out there. Twix, a 3-pack of Twix, 79 lira or £1.36 for this pack. In the UK, you're looking at between £1.99 or £2.15 just for a pack of Twix. How much have these gone up? It's ridiculous. I'd fly to Turkey every day just to get more of these. Now this I was super happy with. Garnier BB cream, which is like a foundation, moisturiser, SPF. This, in Turkey, there was only one of them left in the shop, and I wish there was more. 85 lira for this, or approximately £1.46 for a pack of this. In supermarkets in the UK, the exact same thing, £7.50 to £10 a pack. for what is basically just foundation. £1.46 is a ridiculous saving. After all that food, I might need some wet wipes, so I picked some of those up as well. These, I was shocked at how cheap they were. 10 lira 50 or about 18p a pack, which in the UK, they're still fairly cheap as well. Between 43p and 75p, just having these as backup was probably a good idea. I actually did need some new socks as well, and I saw this out in the supermarket and was like, yeah, sure, that'll do. 49.50 in lira for that, which works out at 85p. For a 3-pack of socks, I thought was really good. And this does match up pretty well for UK supermarkets too. £4.50 to £6.50 for a 3-pack of socks. There were bigger sizes in Turkey, like a 10-pack of socks, but I just didn't want to fit these in. For 85p, I thought these were a good buy. Some families like a pocket tissue, others don't. We are a pocket tissue family, so these are a good buy for us. In Turkey, the supermarket own brand pocket tissues were priced at 23.50 lira, which works out at 40p a pack. For a 10-pack, I didn't think it was too bad. And I was right. Comparing to supermarket own brand pocket tissues, to get the equivalent of 20 packs, you're looking at between £2.50 and £3.25 just to get tissues that go in your pocket. Whereas these, 80p for 20 packs. Pretty good. Newborn baby nappies. Now I know someone that's about to give birth, so these will not go to waste. And I thought I cooked with this. Genuinely I did, because I was like, nappies are so expensive and these are so cheap. Turns out I didn't. So these were 46.50 lira or about 80p each. And I was like, great, nappies are so expensive. Turns out the newborn baby nappies in the UK are also very cheap. So these come out between 75p and £1.20 a pack in the UK. And if I didn't get these, I could have had more space in my bag to fill up the bag with more stuff. But, you know, hey ho. I've still got some nappies that I can give away. And finally, while I was at the airport, kind of impulse buy, but I needed a duty-free bag just to put more stuff in the bag and have a bit more storage space. I did find some Smirnoff Red vodka, a litre bottle, and I was like, that duty-free price looks pretty good. And turns out I was right. I paid £15.41 for this, and if you look in the UK, it's between £22.75 and £24.75 for the same bottle. So quite a big difference just by picking this up at duty-free, when all I really wanted was the bag. And finally, I don't know if they count, but I did pick up 2 supermarket bags from BIM, which were 1 lira each, which works out at under a penny. Some of those bags for life in the UK can cost quite a bit. So the final totals, all of that shopping, if you did that in the UK, in one of the UK supermarkets, would add up to this much. For all of that shopping. That is what you'd pay in the UK. That seems an awful high number, and it is. It wasn't even that much. In the supermarket in Turkey, I paid just under £20 for that, and I paid about £15 for the bottle of Smirnoff, which works out so much cheaper. So even with the flights, the train into the city centre, the train back out, and what I spent on the shopping out in Turkey, I have bought all of that shopping for cheaper than I would have done in the UK. Here are my final savings. It's quite a lot of money saved. Now, am I saying should you go out to Turkey every single day and do your supermarket shopping? No. This was quite a silly thing to do, I'm not gonna lie. But does it point out the fact that supermarket prices in the UK are incredibly expensive? The fact that someone can go to Turkey, bring back a load of stuff and still save money? Hell yeah. One thing I will say is if you are going to a place like Turkey or Eastern Europe, Poland, somewhere where cost of living is quite cheap, and you are out there on holiday, have a look to see if you can buy anything at the supermarket and just bring it back home. Because if you're gonna use a toothpaste like I am, that toothpaste will last me basically the whole year, and you're saving that much money on each one you buy, it's basically costing your holiday. You know, you're saving money by going on holiday. For me, this was quite a cool little day trip. I got to go to a new country, I did some shopping, I came back. It was quite a fun day, to be honest. But what does this say about supermarket shopping in the UK? You can literally fly 4,000 miles in a day and save money by doing some grocery shopping. What needs to change? I don't know. Flight prices are so cheap at the moment and groceries are so high. Hopefully in the future, grocery prices do come down so that things like this won't be possible in the future because we all want to live a little bit cheaper. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe down below. I've got loads of content that will hopefully save you money in the future. And remember, this is the only channel that you can't afford to miss.